It's a beautiful Monday morning. Welcome to West Breakfast. Hashtag what are you saying? It's a new month and the start of the second half of 2024. Let's kick off your Monday with energy and positivity to conquer the day ahead. My name is Omoto Shola Sharimaka. I am so excited to be a part of the show this morning because it's July 1st and then it's the beginning of the second half of 2024. Good morning to you, Okiki Ola.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning. How are
morning.
you doing this morning?
Very well, thank
Happy
you.
new month.
Happy new month.
How do you feel today? It's a new month, it's a new day, it's a new week. Come on.
Well, the new month always comes with a lot of excitement.
Can I say that
So,
again?
I'm here for July.
So, how do you feel this morning? How was your weekend, rather?
My weekend went great. Grateful for being alive. That's always the main thing. And July 1st came on a Monday.
Right.
And then we Yorubas always say Ojo Aje,
Yeah, Aroloja.
Aroloja, all those things. And so we're here
Yeah.
this morning taking all the blessings of July and all the blessings of a new week. So I'm
Yeah.
very excited.
And we wish you to our viewers the blessings that's coming with the month of July. May your going be blessed, may your coming be blessed,
Amen.
accident free, journey mercies, still and free in
Amen.
Jesus' name. Well, today is Monday, and we have a lineup of activities for you this morning from our headlines across the globe to hot topics for the day to reviewing headlines, and also be joined by a guest later today to talk about, later in the show, to talk about something very important to our Nigerian politics. And also for entertainment lovers, we have a very juicy content for you. All you need to do is to ensure that you watch this show to the end because I'm not ready to let the cat out of the bag yet. We'll go on a quick break right now to return with headlines across the globe. Please be on standby. West Breakfast still continues. Glad to have you back from last short break, and I hope you learned something new from our today in history. And today we are going into the headlines across the globe. This is the segment where we get to review some of the stories that are trending on the Nigerian newspaper. Well, today we will not be having international newspaper, but we'll be having Nigerian newspapers. And I'll be starting from the Punch newspaper. There are a couple of stories on the Punch newspaper, and I'll be starting with the major headline that reads bank plane grounded as federal government claps down on private jet. Right under it, there's a story here that says aircraft stopped from flying over alleged 1.9 billion naira unpaid import duties. At the top corner of the Punch newspaper, federal government withdraws 5 oil blocks from 2024 bid round. Beside it, Senate resumes probe as AGF submits 30 trillion naira loan document. Still on the top right corner, Jackpot syndrome outrage as UK-based driver remains on federal government payroll. And at the bottom corner of the Punch newspaper, US, UN condemn Borno bombing. Tinubu, I take that again. US, UN condemn Borno bombing. Tinubu vows to crush Boko Haram. And at the bottom right corner, police guard Rivers hospitals treating explosion suspect. In the middle of the corner, of the bottom corner, suspected herders hack Ogun rice farmers to death. And finally, on the Punch headline, TCN repairs plant Ondo Ekiti to 2 months blackout. And my own major headline will be that of Ondo and Ekiti has TCN repairs plant Ondo Ekiti to 2 months blackout. And this will be my major headline because sometimes very recently this year I was in Ondo and I spent about a week or two, but all through my a week or two, at least all through my 2 weeks in Ondo, not even once did I see NEPA light. So everybody was literally running on generator or on what do they call it again?
Inverter or something.
Inverters. And I was asking myself, okay, this is a state that's preparing for election. If they're preparing for election, I feel like I think this is the right time to even tease them with the light and let them have stable power supply. But I'll do a quick read of the details and then we'll go straight to the other pages of the Nigerian newspaper. The story here says electricity consumers on Sunday expressed worry over the adverse impact of the planned 2 month power outage to be witnessed in Ondo and Ekiti State. A notice by the Transmission Company of Nigeria reviewed plans by the firm to carry out critical maintenance work on the 132 kV Akure-Oshogbo transmission line. According to a public notice released by the Benin Electricity Distribution Company, the upgrade will disrupt power supply to Ondo and Ekiti for 2 months. It indicated that the affected states would experience power outage that would last 9 hours daily, starting from Monday, July 1 to August 31. 2 months. A
2 months
state
is
that normally they don't have lights. Now they're going for 2 months. Well, it's for a good cause. I just feel like something else
I
can
feel
be
like they
done.
even tried by even announcing it.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you
They just
just
go
wake up one morning and then you see that it's blackout everywhere. Taking us through the Guardian newspaper, excuse me, the major headline reads, empty ATMs dot metropolis as banks trade cash with POS operators. And on the right-hand side, we have endless communal conflicts worsen food insecurity, hunger in Cross River. On the left-hand side, we have refineries to begin operations before January, Senate assured. Below that, we have the story that reads, mayhem looms in North over hardship, Lukman warns. And the last but not the least story, Goza suicide attacks, Tinubu mourns, and then vows justice as death toll rise to 23. I don't believe that these Goza suicide attacks have gotten to the point where I'm scared for people in Bono. And you can, if you read the story, you see that teenage girls were the ones that, went on to perform these operations. Teenage girls, I mean, now I feel like that's a new tactic. They see teenage girls as vulnerable, unharmed, just there. So they are unsuspecting. And now they're now the ones, going ahead to bomb and attack places. And then you see that they attacked important places in Borno, from wedding ceremony to even a funeral. Like, they are mourning somebody. You decided to go and bomb the place for them to continue the mourning. You see a general hospital where sick people are being, taken care of, and bombed the place again. 4 very strategic attacks in very important and key places.
Just last week, a video surfaced online where they caught a lady with bullets, a lot of them.
Yes,
A
exactly. I
lot
saw
of
that
bullets.
story.
So I think that is the tactics now. I saw a movie over the weekend, and the movie showed us a spectrum of what Niger looks like, what the northern part looks like. And to be honest, there's no how insecurity, there's no how bandits, kidnapping won't trend, because that place is a lot of empty spaces. And where there's literally nothing much to do, and they are still like, I don't think they're like in 2024 yet. I think mentally they are still like far back as 2005.
No, why I can agree that civilization has not gotten to that place. I think crime took over. And I even think it's beyond the whole idea of Boko Haram now. It has become a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
Because if you start picking strategic places to attack people, especially when your aim is to kill and destroy, then it has become a terrorist attack.
Throwback to when Boko Haram means say no to Western education. But right now, I do not understand why
So
they are
it's
hurting
saying
themselves.
no to life. Saying no to life in general.
It's so sad. It's so sad. May the souls of the faithful departed rest in peace, and we'll try as much as possible to stay safe. Our state government, our federal government, help us be safe, because it won't make sense if we're in a country and our life and properties are not secured.
Exactly.
We'll go on a quick break right now to return with our guest. We will be having a very serious conversation this morning around local government autonomy. And like I said earlier, if you're an entertainment lover, you need to watch the show to the end, because we have a juicy package for you towards the end of the show this morning. Please be on standby.
All right, so it's another exciting episode on Ways Exclusive, and I am really excited to be here having this conversation. I believe I should be the first person he will be talking to after the launch of his book, Nigeria and Its Criminal Justice System. Why did you decide to go to your constituency with this book?
This book is 11 years in the making. It's been a very painful book to write.
Do you have anything personal, any personal problem with Afe Babalola?
It's not personal, and this is very important for me. It is not personal, and it is the fact that it is not personal that has made it important. That I thank God that Chief Afe Babalola is alive and well. I thank God that there is nobody I have mentioned that is dead. Each and every one of the persons who happen to be just types. Because if it wasn't Afe, if it wasn't any one of the other persons, it would have been someone else, because it is the system that has allowed this to happen. The problem with us is that we have been lying to ourselves as a collective for so long that it is actually the person who forces us to confront the truth of our lies that we begin to attack.
At the time of this event, I think it was Babatunde Raji Fashola
Yeah, he was the governor.
That was the governor of Lagos State. And, for your own, you expressed your disappointment.
Yeah.
So the fact that he was a legal practitioner, he is a senior advocate of Nigeria, and you would have thought that, that should have been enough for him to kind of like act, at least even respond to whatever it is the situation was.
Put it this way. BRF was the governor. I had no expectation of him being present in every situation, and I didn't expect him to be the one to deal with the problem. But I expected him to take an interest in what was going on.
Glad to have you back. In case you're just joining us, this is West Breakfast hashtag What Are You Saying? And it's time to go into the hot topic for today. Today we have the honor of speaking with Honorable Bashiru Ismail Olaniyi, an electrical engineer by training and an aspirant for the position of chairman in the upcoming Ikorodu North Local Government Chairmanship election. His political journey began during his tenure as finance director of the Student Union Government at the Moshood Abiola Polytechnics in Abeokuta. And today we will be talking about the impact of local government autonomy on national development. Good morning to you, Honorable. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome.
Yes.
Good morning, Nigeria.
Thank you very much for joining us. How have you been? Happy New Month.
Happy New Month. Happy New Month to you.
Yes.
Fine.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much. So we'll go straight into the talking point. Yes, I want us to be as practical as possible because we understand that you are vying for this same position that we want to talk about. We want to talk about the impact of local government autonomy. It is believed that the local governments do not have enough power. Yes, there are three tiers of government. You have the federal government, you have the state government, and the local government. But it is believed that the local government do not have power, and all they do is to commission water, commission pipe water, commission toilet, and do all the small things. And those small things they end up doing at times, they do not do it. And in their defense, they do not have enough power from the state government or from the federal government. Now, speak to us on the autonomy a local government chairman should have.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the wonderful question. But if we want to start, let's start by first looking at what we are talking about. If we are saying autonomy, autonomy is the freedom to the local government to exercise full authorities within the confines of the Constitution without an undue interference or restraint from higher authority. What am I saying in essence? What I'm trying to say is that being a local government administrator or chairman you should have the will and the power to exercise your constitutional power to the fullest without listening to an higher authority or constraint. I mean, when I'm talking about undue constraint, undue interference from higher authority. Once you have that power, that is when you can talk as that we have an autonomy to occupy that space or to perform your duty has been enshrined in the constitution of the local government.
Well, thank you for that. But I would like to know, you are contesting for the local government chairman of Ikorodu North. That will be next year. As chairman, what do you think that having autonomy would do for you and your constituents, implementing the kind of projects that maybe you are, campaigning, or the kind of policies that you are campaigning for? What do you think autonomy would have done for you or would be doing for you?
Yes, thank you. Autonomy will go a long way in affecting the life of my constituents in the Ikorodu North SCDA. Because once you have a local government autonomy, there will be enhanced grassroots development, there will be improved resources allocation, there will also be increase in citizen participation in the policy, there will be better service delivery, there will be reduced poverty and inequality, there will be strengthened federalism. We are all be shouting about federalism, proper federalism, let's give power back to the grassroots. All this will encourage us and will make us to have a more vibrant local government administration. It will also encourage innovations. We are talking about tech. There will be a more tech-savvy guys that will be coming out of grassroots because local government will have more funds, and there will not be undue interference from someone that there is a limit to what you can spend or what federal government gave to you. It has is not by one way. Thank God in Lagos State we don't have that such thing. But most other states, they have that one. They have several things that proper local government administration. They just have caretaker. This we are not be experiencing in Lagos State for a while. But if we can, the federal government can grant this financial full local government autonomy, the local government will also be able to call to questions by the people that is being governed, because we know that local government chairman or local government administrator is the last to the grassroots. If they have autonomies and all the populace knows that they have the autonomies, there will not be ID grant for them that I don't bring details. This is what I have. They will have full power to exercise their constitutional duties. And if they don't do that, if they are going under other ways, then the populace, that is why Nigerians have a good and vibrant populace. We should be able to call them to question. And we should be able to, because they are being expected to be living within the local government that they are being governed. I think financial autonomy, autonomy of the local government will give a broader ways and means for the chairman of the local government or the local government administrators to perform the duties.
Honorable Bashiru, embezzlement is widespread, and I feel like some people are fighting, autonomy because of the kind of money that they want to embezzle. Most of the time, you see situations where the House of Assembly members or the House of Rep members have a budget submitted to the federal government. When those funds are being allocated to them, we can agree that maybe the local government chairmans and the councillor get little or peanuts to exercise projects. And most of the time we also see that when projects are being manageably implemented in constituencies, we see cases where they only put the name of the House of Assembly member or the House of Representative member. So don't you think that fighting autonomy for the local government is also, on one side, a scheme for embezzlement, and on the other side, a scheme to improve or show power as a local government?
Yes, you are right. But if we are saying we want to weigh it side by side, if we are saying because of embezzlement, potential embezzlement, we should not grant local government autonomy. The one that we are practicing now, do you know how it's been run? But if we are going to give them full autonomy, they will be called to question. Even the chairman or the administrator of the local government themselves, we know that if I perform woefully, or if I if I do not spend this money on what it's been meant for, I will be called to question. He will be worried. He will be careful in what he's doing. And that's why we have counselors. I don't know the work counselors are doing nowadays, but most of the work they are doing now is either nothing or not feasible because the local government administrator did not have financial autonomy. Then we have counselors. Counselors are just like the legislative arms of the government. They will also have an improved power to question the executive arm, to question them, to look for any money that is being appropriated for. How did they spend it? What did they make use of it? And also the grassroots will be there. Local government is very close and they are the last resort to the common man. They are very close to the people living in the environment. If they perform otherwise, the councillors, which are the legislators in the local arm, to question them. And if the councillors also are not questioning them, the populace, that is why we have informed populace in Nigeria, they should be able to question them. The local government secretariat is where anybody can just walk into without nobody can say you cannot see your chairman, or you cannot see the speaker, or you cannot see any councillor. You should question them because what they are spending the money for is what you will see there today. When you are passing, when you are in the market, where you are in the open mall, where you are in the farm, you will see what they are using money for. And if they did not perform, you have to question them and call them to question. I don't want to be using an abusive language that you have to flog them, but it has happened before. We have seen it in the terrain of this Nigerian politics. It has happened, but they have to be called to question. Also, we also have to be called when the time for election comes. Who are the type of people are we employing to the chairman? Like you said, I'm an electrical engineer by training. I'll be an entrepreneur for more than 5-10 years that I employ people. How my business that I'm doing that is running fine. That's why I'm saying the caliber of people that we elected to the position of chairman, they should be the people that we know that we can trust. If you employ someone that if you vote for someone that you think he will not perform well, and you expect him to perform miracles, that means the miracle will not fall from heaven. We have to put credible people in the seat of local government chairman.
Honorable, I'm curious. You talked about what the councillors right now are doing. I'm curious, would you like to enlighten us on things a councillor should do and on the duties of a chairman? Knowing fully well that you are trying to contest for this same position, what are those things that people in your constituency should expect from you? And also to educate people on what they should expect from your local government chairmans and councillors. Because at the moment, I am only expecting toilets from my chairman, or expecting good road, or expecting free shuttle buses from my estate gate inside. So I need you to educate us on the roles and the duties of both the chairmans of each constituency and the councillors.
Thank you. Let me also start by asking this question. Do you know your councillor in the area? You know your local government chairman?
Well,
No,
because Nigeria, sometimes we expect manners to grow from heaven. And that will not happen. We have to first know our councillor, know where they are living. The councillor cannot come, the councillor that will represent someone cannot come from other states, cannot come from, it will be people that are living within the community. Once you know your councillor, you know your chairman, then you can monitor what they are doing. As a councillor, you should be very close to the people. You have been living with them for the past 18 years. I know for you to be a councillor, you must have passed the age of 18. If you have been living in a community and been living with people for more than 18 years, you should know the suffering that they are facing. You should know what they are facing in that community. And once you have been elected, you know how to tackle it. Poverty is not something that you will be saying, how do you tackle it? You know, because you have been living in the environment. You know where the issues pains them. You know how to tackle them. You know how to walk into their hearts. Like let me bring this one example. You have someone that is selling small petty trade on your street, and at a time when you are going, you always notice that the woman will come someday, some other days she will not come, and later you hear that he has went to collect some high interest loan. And those things, how much is he or she making from the business? This is where a councillor can come. You can pull up small fund and be giving them interest-free loan for them, so that they will be using it to improve their livelihood. The way we are being trained, also, we are children of a market trader, and we know what they face. Now, let me come in as a chairman.
Okay.
If you are being elected as a chairman of a local government, you are part of that local government administration, you are living in that area also, you know the roads that are bad, you know the primary healthcare center that are not functioning, you know the primary school that doesn't have adequate teacher, you know schools, dilapidated schools that do not have structures, that they do not have writing materials, that some students will not even go to school because they don't have a school uniform. Those are the things that chairman have been expected to be doing. You should have a proper road network. You should have adequate primary health care. You should have a functioning school, and you should have a functioning library. Functioning library, at least local library, that students can go and be improving their knowledge. Also, the local government happen to be an agrarian local government. You should know the farm implements, the small tools, the farm inputs that those farmers in that environment, in that local government, that they need. You should be able to be provided for them. That should be a market like a market village square, that you will be interacting with your people maybe at interval, that you will know what they need. And those are all those things that have been expected of a local government chairman. And the only road that is not good, you know, even if the road happens to be a state government, as a local government chairman, you know who to speak to facilitate the road. We encourage and we appreciate what the House of Assembly members have been doing, especially in our division in Ikorodu. He has been doing a great job, and those are the things, work that we expect local government to complement him, so that we have a prosper society.
Honorable, I would really like to ask again for clarity reasons. Constitutionally, what do we expect from a chairman? Yes, you asked me the other time if I know my local government chairman. Yes, in a way, I've heard of him before, and there was a time he did shuttle bus in the estate, right? That was like the only time I heard of him. But what am I to? Enough of what I think, or because I'm schooled, there are some things I expect. I don't want to act like I'm schooled. I want to act like that market woman that you talked about. What are those things that, as the market woman in that local government area, what are those things that I'm expecting from my chairman? What are those things that constitutionally my councillor, my chairman should do for me? Is it that when my road is bad, am I supposed to call on the state governor or the chairman? Constitutionally, I like to know those things.
Yes, thank you. Constitutionally, local government chairman, they are in charge of primary health care.
Okay.
They are in charge of primary school, basic school, primary school. But nowadays, there is something they call joint local government, something that state governments are taking part of it. They are taking the responsibility. But once we have a full autonomy, all those ones we bounce back to the chairman responsibility to be doing it. Also, waste management is also part of local government chairman responsibility. You should be able to manage the waste in your environment. Also, some local government and some local government roads, inter-street roads that have been meant for local government to oversee and work on. We also have, like the way you said, we talk about shuttle, is still part of primary school, which is all in the puzzle of the local government chairman. I think those are the primary school, health care service, then market development, agri and local government road. Those are the areas, constitutional areas that local government chairman has to perform on.
Okay, diving a bit away from the market women, the general hospitals, and all of that a local government chairman should do. I know that as you're running, you have an agenda. So first, I want you to list your agenda. And then we also know that youths are very important in national development. So tell me how, first your agenda and how you intend to, involve the youths.
Thank you. Like we said, I'm also a youth going by the Nigeria standard. I'm also youth. What we have in terms for our local government administration is that being someone that is coming from private sector, I've never worked in public service all my life. We know how to make things happen. Because a private sector person delves into business to make profits, delves into the business to make a headway. We know how to run a proper local government administration. Because as a chairman, we have to first interact with the populace, know what they want. Let's assume you don't know what your people want. I don't know if any candidate will say he doesn't know what the people want, but we have to talk. If you don't ask them, you might be going right on wrong direction. Ask them what they want most in the school. And also, we have to work on this the school, because if you check this out of school rate in Lagos State, it's very high. And those are where you're supposed to look, who are those parents that are not sending their children to school. You have to fish them out and make sure that all the children of school age have to be in school. It's falling between your rights, their rights to be educated. You have to make sure that they go to the school. And if they have one or two things that is giving them problem, as a local government chairman, we will try, we will work on it, we will improve, or we will improve on it. We will make sure that all children of school age must be in school. Also, however, our Greek, now we have shortage of food. We are talking about high rate of high price of food in Lagos State. Some of us have to be encourage people to go into farming. We have several farmland in the Ikorodu local SDA that we can encourage people, small people, youth. We can encourage them to study, to delve into agriculture. Once you are out of NYC, some of them don't have anything to do. We encourage them, we train them, we give them small stipends to start agri farming. If you want to start with 1 plot, 2 plots, 3 plots, you can start with farming, and make sure we encourage them. Also, primary health care. We have to make sure that our primary health center are all equipped and they have what it entails for all the nurses and the doctor to perform their duties. Anywhere that there is loopholes, we have to fill it. And those are part of what we have been planned. Once, if we are being elected as a local government chairman, we also look at the school. There should not be an issue, reason for any student not to be in school. We provide exercise book for them. If there is no means of transporting, we have to provide support between our people. We have to provide means for them to transport themselves to school. And if there is no adequate school, because we don't want to say that the student will be trekking 2-3 kilometers before they get to their school. We provide more school to them. We provide more school. We create more school in where they are lacking school. Also empowerment. We make them provide youth empowerment for our youth. We provide farm implements for those ones that want to go to the farming. And those ones that are technology savvy, we have to create an hub where they can easily go. Within our local government, we have an technology hub, ICT hub, that they can go. Those are what we plan to initiate, especially like the one our senator is doing, Senator Abiru. He has one of the best ICT hub in Ikorodu. We have to domesticate it and make sure we have it in all SCDAs and local government in Ikorodu. Those are what we plan to do. Our government will be youth inclusive, because I see myself as a youth. I've been youth for several years. We work with the Ministry of Youth in Lagos State. We work with the SSA of Youth, Honorable Alabi Opeyemi. We work with the Commissioner of Youth in Lagos State to make sure that we have youth inclusive in our local government. Those are what we plan to do in the Ikorodu North SCDA.
Honorable, thank you very much for taking your time to run us through your agenda. But I'd like to ask two-fold question. Now, we understand the fact that all these things you have lined up are things that we've heard before. This is what a governor will tell us when he's trying to run for position. This is the same thing the local government chairman will come and tell us. Now, I'd like to ask that, what do you intend to do differently in the Ikorodu local government area? And how do you think we can foster, because the real thing we're talking about here is autonomy now. If the local government finally gets the autonomy, how can they foster, or how can we help, how can they foster synergy between the local government, the state government, and the federal government, and to ensure that they are working hand in glove? Quickly, before we go on a short break.
Yes, thank you. Having given local government autonomy does not mean that you will now be boasting or be saying you are now a boss on your own. You have to work hand in hand with your You have to work hand in hand with your executive in your local government. You have to work hand in hand with legislative in your local government. You have to work hand in hand with the governor, because some of the projects that governments are doing, there is nowhere that is state governments that will say this one is only for state government. Any project state governor is going to do, it has to be in a local government. If you don't have good rapport with your state governor, how will you bring a project to your local government? You have to work in hand with your local government and make sure that most of the good things that your people need, you attract them to your local government. And that is why I always say that democracy is not about the people. It's all about the people. Our people have to be enlightened. Our people have to be enlightened. Local government chairman has to be monitored. You have to monitor them. I mean, so the way I'm saying, I will do things in different way. And if I'm not doing what I've been expected to do, people should come. They should come to my office. My office, I will run an open door policy. They should come and shout. They should come and shout because they will be elected to that office by people to do certain things, do what they want. I think I will run an open door policy. I will welcome everybody to my office, but I make sure I will do what is being expected of me.
Thank you very much, Honorable. We have to take a quick break right now to return with the rest of the interview, because I still intend to dive deeper into the autonomy, because the local government cannot be taking it, because it was in the court as on May 30 before it was adjourned to June 10. They went to court that they wanted autonomy. And if you want autonomy, are people really going to feel it? Like you said, you think you're going to run an open door policy. Let's go on a short break. When we return, we'll still be speaking with Honorable Bashiru from Ikorodu North local government area. Please be on standby.
First of all, your lack of sleep is affecting your appetite, okay? Because you not getting enough sleep is actually affecting your hormones, the hormones that, that regulate your appetite, your hunger and satiety. Do you understand? So your lack of sleep is already causing havoc in terms of your weight, in terms of your eating, in terms of your productivity, in terms of your brain power. So many things. You're more irritable, you're snappy. It's affecting relationships. It's affecting so many things. So our lifestyle is actually not helping us. And so but what we do, we have to be intentional. So that's the first thing, is to be intentional and say, you know what, I cannot kill myself. I cannot kill myself. I have to actually take my health and my life into my hands. Okay, so that's first step. So
Glad to have you back. We are still having the conversation, the impact of local government autonomy on national development, and we are still speaking with Honorable Bashiru from Ikorodu North local government area, aspirant for the chairmanship position. Now we want to dive deeper into the conversation. Yes, we've talked about it on the surface level. We've talked about it in Lagos State. We've talked about it in Ikorodu. Now I want us to take it to the national level. Just like I said earlier before we went on a short break, we said as at 30th May this year, there was a Supreme Court injunction which was adjourned to June 13. There's been a lot of back and forth, and I'm curious to ask, why is it that they really want this autonomy? Because a normal person on the street right now feels as if there's literally nothing the local government is doing. And I like to ask that, taking a look at other countries, how do you think the autonomy they finally get will align with the national policy? Because there's always belief that one will want, either the state government will want a 70, the local government will not want to give a 30. There's not always a synergy between two of them. So how do you think the local government, the state government and the federal government, like I asked earlier the other time that we were unable to talk to Pente, how do you think they can work together and also implement all the policies that should be implemented? Honorable, are you still there?
The local government autonomy is just like some of the issues that federal government have to track with state government. Because let's be sincere. Who we want, nobody wants his powers to be reduced. Nobody wants his power to be reduced. You have been saying you are the state governor. You govern all the states, and they give you an added power to work, to do some work of either 30 local government, 50 local government in your state. And now they are saying they want to remove those power. As a human being, all what we always wish to attract power to ourselves. If you are going that way, that will be pushed back from those people that you want to remove certain power from them. But a rightful thinking governor knows that this is long overdue. Most of our governors in the Southwest, they know and they are willing to give full financial autonomy. But the way Nigeria Government Forum is being structured, they have to work on the common ground. But actually, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, being someone that has been a governor, he created SCDA in Lagos State. He knows the impact of those more SCDA he created. And he knows that if he give them more power, he knows what they can do. Do you think Ashiwaju do not know what he's saying when he's supporting local government autonomy? He knows that our people will gain more power. There will be improvement from the local government. That will be change of life. That will be things going on, like they say in local palace. There will be things going on in local government. But the way it's being structured now, most of the local government that we can't say they didn't give them anything. Most of them are still hiding on the issue that they don't have autonomy. It's nothing just to pay salary and that is all. They are not meant to do anything. But once they have the autonomy, they'll be able to work. And I'm using this medium to call on Nigeria Governor Funo. They should look in line with what federal government is saying. Yeah. And we should expect that there will be good judgment from the court whenever they bring out the case.
While I could agree with you, Honorable Bashiru, that, autonomy is very important to national development, in any constituency. I still want to mention that when you said, nobody wants to leave power, that might be right. But you don't think that, sharing power also ensures more implementation of projects that are, more like that are key to the constituency. Most of the time we're talking about power. We're not falling back on, what it means for your constituents. The power to become a local government chairman is a personal desire. But the power to implement projects that benefit your constituents, you understand, is very key to your constituents. It doesn't matter whether you have the power as a local government chairman or not. And then we see many cases, which I have also read, where you have, tried to implement some philanthropic deeds by, sending some, I think, people to school, some youth to school. I don't know if that is current or that was in 2023. These things are, examples of the things that one should do, not because you have become a local government chairman, but because as a human being, you're trying to show the idea of bettering your community, of, improving national development. So when you keep talking about power, I'm wondering, what exactly does power actually mean to you? I've heard you talk about financial autonomy. I think I try to remember that statement. You said financial independence and all of that stuff. But that has been the key thing that you have been mentioning. And I feel like there are so many other parts where it is very important that we have to take note of. So what does power mean to you? And by financial independence, what do you mean in Ikorodu, not local government?
Thank you. So what power means is that you have an ability to perform you have ability and resources to perform what is good for your environment without an hindrance from higher authorities. We might be saying you want to delve into certain aspects, and they will call you to question that this you cannot do. This is the work of state government. But if you have a deliberate work that has been enshrined in the Constitution, that this is your duties that you have to perform, and you have the resources to perform it, you don't have no choice unless you don't want to perform, you want people to give you do bad name. But if it's someone that really want to perform and want to work, he has to do it. Once you have the resources, you have the power, and you have the will. The will is very important, because if you don't have the will, also you might have the resources, you might have the power, but you don't have the will. That is why we thought that once we are being elected, we will work with our people. We have an open dialogue, and once we have the will is already there. We have the power, which is being exchanged with constitution, and we have the financial means. We have to do it and make sure that our people enjoy the benefits of the democracy. I think I've answered your question.
Oh, yes, you have. And that was beautifully answered. We've been speaking about autonomy, local government autonomy, financial autonomy, this autonomy, that autonomy. How will this autonomy influence political stability and citizens' participation? Because it's been the government and local government chairmen and councillors. But how will it affect the political stability of that state, of that local government, or that constituent, and citizens' participation?
Yes, thank you. Let me bring this narration. You went to a market to buy pepper, and you notice that the price you buy pepper last week is different. It has gone higher, ×2 this week. And you now went back home and talking that beer ballot discussion that, I don't know what this president is doing. I don't know what this governor is doing. Is that direct work of the governor or the president? This is what all of us have to be doing. As a local government, if you have an idea of to have to do a proper farming, you can approach your local government chairman or your councillor that I have so land, I have ideas on how to do so things. Then they have to give you their means. They have to support you. They just have to support it. Once it's a good idea, they have to support you in either giving you a leverage, giving you the farm inputs, or giving you an idea, or giving you the advice of because we have agricultural department in the local governments. They have to give you the idea to support you, to make sure that you do what you intend to do that will make you feel financially okay. Because if you have what you are doing, you will sell the tomatoes, go to the market, you sell it, and you make some gains. You sell the yams, you make some gains. And those are what we think someone has to do once we have the full autonomy. Although some people, it's meant to be abused. It's meant to be, that is why we have the legislative arms, the councillors, that they should call the chairman to orders and make sure chairman do what is being right. And we have the populace, the power. This democracy we are running is the power of the people. The people should be more interested. And once you know that there's local government autonomy, it's not an issue that you go to your local government chairman. If you say, I don't have anything, I don't have nothing to work on, nothing, you know that they have been granted financial autonomy. You will approach them. The people have to approach them. The people have to approach them and call them for question. Ask questions. Ask them, what are they doing with the autonomy? They will just be publishing it the way they are publishing GSC. Allocation that federal government used to share among all the states. You know what your local government collects for that particular month. And you know that all those things that they collect reach their pockets, reach their accounts of local government, and you ask them what they use it for. I think financial autonomy, local government autonomy will go a long way if it's being implemented properly in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. I really do not have time to take any final more questions. But with what I've seen, I can say for a fact that with your examples of the market, it shows that you are really close to the grassroots level in Ikorodu local government. And I hope that when you finally emerge as the winner of the local government election in Ikorodu North, you were saying something, sir? Okay, I hope that when you finally emerge, you be a very
Ikorodu North.
Ikorodu North, yes, thank you very much. I hope that you really be a good chairmanship that will always be referred to in history. Having said this, thank you very much, Honorable Bashiru Olaniyi, for speaking with us this morning.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you very much. Please do enjoy the rest of your day. Yes, we'll go on a quick break right now to bring back the part of the program I told you earlier will be a very different and juicy part. Please stay with us. We'll be right back with that segment in a moment. Please be on standby. I'm so happy to welcome you back. This is still West Breakfast hashtag. What are you saying? And if you have been following our social media platforms, you will know that today, July 1st, we intend to premiere a new program. And right about now, I will be speaking to the host of the program to shed more light and give us more details about the program. Hello, God's Beauty Israel. Good morning to you.
Yeah, how are you, my love? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I must confess, you look good in black and is it
Thanks.
beige?
Thank you so much.
So, in a moment, tell us about today. Today is July 1st. Yes, in a normal, this that we feel is normal new month, and then
Yeah.
second half of the year. But then you have plans for our family, staples of
Come on.
your corner. Please shed more light.
Okay, so Gossip Gala is starting today, right? This is an avenue for me to tell everybody out there. It's not enough for us to always have serious conversations. Let's sometimes try to gossip. Because the truth is, small gossip, you don't kill anybody now. It doesn't hurt, right? So
Right.
this is me just saying, stay tuned. By 12 p.m. today, just come back. After watching Waste Breakfast, still stay tuned. 12 p.m. We're having Gossip Gala. Come on. And trust me, this is where, when you hear Basbos on Instagram and you're like, see, I want to tell this nigga this thing. See, don't worry. I'm here. Bring it on. The only thing you need to do is to tweet and tell me, see, beauty, I don't really send a very dark man like that. Oh. And trust me, we are going to have serious conversation, interesting one. So this is literally a platform where everybody just needs to say their mind. Tell me how see they do you. Small gossip, you don't kill anybody.
I
You feel
love
me? Exactly.
Thank you very much, guys. I
Thank you so
love the
much.
energy. So you're saying that we should expect all basketballs,
Straight on.
entertainment,
And when you
gist.
come in, please bring your popcorn because
Oh,
what's
right.
best to have a
Some
discussion?
things are going to be
Gossip?
popping.
Nah, it's gonna be popping, babe.
All right. Thank you very much. By 12,
Thank you
we
so
will
much.
make sure that we are there.
Definitely.
All right. We'll see you later.
All right, my love.
And you and viewers, you just heard it all. By 12 noon, ensure that you're there because we're premiering it and it's going to be a blast. I mean, it's going to be talk of. Don't let me hype it too much. Just ensure that you're there. This is where we wrap up the show for today. Till we come your way again tomorrow morning by 8 to 9 a.m. Please do enjoy the rest of your day. Do not forget Gossip Gala by 12 noon, and then our prime time by 8 p.m. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.